So to create target leading projectiles from a stationary object, what you want to do first is you want to cast your third person character or first person character, doesn't really matter, and just make a reference to them so we can call it later. Then on the event tick, what you want to do is create a delay. That'll be kind of like the fire rate. This will also, if you put it here, it'll also impact the rotation speed of the thing. The actor. So if you do want it to be smooth, you can keep this one low and then put another delay afterwards. You kind of do want to create where your point is. This could be a socket or it could be a scene actor like I've used. Just grab your world location and that'll be kind of like the spawn point. Then you want to grab your player reference, grab its location, not set world, get world location. And then from there you also want to grab the distance to, and if I actually grab it off the third person character, not the body, it'll work. Give me a second. Yeah, alright, there we go, get distance to. Oh, made the same mistake. Alright, then you want to grab the velocity. This for some reason is always at the end of the list, but you can also use your character movement velocity here as well. Now you want to divide the get distance to by the projectile speed. As you can see, I made the comment there. And then you want to times that by the velocity. So if you don't put the same value as projectile speed, it'll just be a bit wonky. It might not track correctly. And basically then you just want to grab the find look at rotation again, and again you want to grab this from the player and the source, and then basically all we're going to do is set the actor rotation. So whatever it is you're making fire at, whatever, it'll look at it, and then basically we're going to spawn the projectile in that direction. It'll just go straight forwards, and we'll deal with the projectile in a second. So making the transforms basically just like location, rotation and scale, just required to do that so it knows where it's going. So in the projectile, basically it's just an actor and you add a projectile component to it. You can set whatever initial max speed, and then I set the gravity down to 0, just because I don't want it to drop. But if you want any projectile gravity, welcome to. It'll just make it less accurate though. So either keep it really low or just turn it down to 0. So in the way I'm doing it, basically just spawning in that turret into the level. This is kind of just a placeholder level, but well, yeah, it's all placeholder at this moment. So I'm spawning it in, and I don't really have to do a lot with that. It'll just, once it's spawned in, it'll start firing. And it's a bit hard to see, but basically the bullets are firing at the player. And if you do move, if you're actually going in the same direction, it will lead the target. If you've got a lot of moving, it will obviously fly around trying to calculate where you're going to go. And this will be affected by your character's acceleration, max speed, everything like that. So you don't have to modify this if you do make any changes to your character, only if you make changes to the projectile, as you can just see there. So yeah, that's it. As you can see, it's doing an okay job. To be fair, my characters are going, it might not look like it, but very fast. Yeah, there you go.